Initially, I didn't want to make this video because I was trying to still protect his image, no matter what. He's my children's father. But at this point, I think I have to say small of what is actually happening. You guys remember in December 2024, when parcel went missing, it was this company that misplaced some of those parcels, JMP Logistics. In 2025, when parcel went missing, that JMD sales, some of you are aware, some of you didn't receive your order in JMD sales. It was his company that misplaced those parcels. When I traveled to Vietnam in February and came back in that May, the company that misplaced the goods that dispatch rider carried, it was his company. I couldn't come out to say all these things because he was my husband. And I didn't know how to tell people that my husband is trying to ruin my business. Initially, I was even thinking it's 150 million naira goods that went missing. When I came down to do the total calculation of the refund I have made to customers, it was 281 million naira plus. I've not even talked about the one that people ordered from the diaspora WhatsApp. I mean the one I did from Paystack. 281 million naira refund. That's one aside. Even as I'm making this video, some worry parcels are missing. Some Calabar parcels are missing. If I'm lying, the customers that are affected, you defend me in this video because I'm going to post proof and evidence of everything. This man put me in so much debt. Even the completion of the building of that house. There's this lady that used to give me, we used to do container sharing. When it comes like that, I will carry after selling, I send the money back. It's a company. I had to sell that woman's goods to use the money to pay the people, the 304 people that their parcels went missing on that Vietnam sales that I was crying that dispatch rider ran away with goods. And then the remaining completion of that house. Hence the reason why I'm asking for the papers. And he knows 100%. Now, this lady is coming for her money. That the company said they are going back to China, that they need their money. I said, okay, I don't have money, but I have collateral. Can I give collateral? The company agreed. They said, no problem. Anything that can be given. Just, I have collateral that is worth the amount that I'm owing. And I said, okay, bring documents of the house. Let us give as collateral so that these people will not arrest me for their money. He refused. Okay, we have properties. Give me 1 document or 2 documents. Let me sell and offset some debt that you put me in. He refused. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You put me in debt. And yet you still refuse to bring out collateral that we have to use and offset some of the bills. Where do you want me to get such amounts of money to pay these people back? That aside, I came back from Vietnam. I requested for documents. And I also said, I'm not interested in this marriage again. I wanted a divorce. I wasn't supposed to be saying all this. But at this point, I don't have a choice. Because the family is pushing a wrong narrative that I'm the problem, I'm aggressive, I am this. Have you people ever wondered the reason why I always wear glasses to make my videos? I'm always on glass when I'm making videos. That's aside. These people came to arrest me because my so-called husband refused to comply to bring the collateral that we have to offset some debt. As I'm making this video, I'm just coming out from state CID. I slept in cell for 2 days because of this man. The same thing I was fighting for that you guys saw in the video. I only asked for documents so I can use as collateral to let them keep calm so I can start paying the debts that he put me. And him and his brother started beating me. And then suddenly I was tagged the mad person. If I ever lie, let them come out with a video evidence and say it is a lie, it is a lie, this is what happened. Let them come out and tell the world that all what I've said now is a lie. Let them come out and tell the world that all what I've said is a lie. Police came and picked us from Lagos. They transferred us to Abuja. At the end of the day, he has accepted to bring out the document. But a lot of damage has already been caused. The people I'm doing business with, they've already cancelled my business transactions with them. A lot has happened. I'm just even saying the surface. I don't want to go into details because I'm trying to move away from all the stress and pressure. The brother that they said I broke his phone, this same issue, document issue, we're trying to resolve it and you dare carry phone to come and be recording. For what? I got angry and smashed the phone, although which I even bought a phone that is even bigger than what. If I lie, I will still post the phone. So name it. Name it. The only one question I want to ask Justice and his family is, what is my offense? What was my offense? You dare beat a child and tell the child not to cry because you feel I'm alone. I don't have anybody to fight for me. You want to wreck my business. You want to bring me down. You caused me so much debt. You lost goods when they will give you for logistics. And I'm supposed to keep quiet. I also saw where the sister said it's the brother that gave me money to start business. Please, have you guys not known Hair House from Orazi before I even got married and came to Lagos? People, OGs that have followed me, have known me from Orazi before I came to Lagos. So where and where did he give me money to start business? Abi, I'm the one that gave him money to start importation that he cannot even do. Tell me what he's doing. I don't want to talk. Let me just try and preserve some dignity for him because he's my children's father. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. Let me stop here for now.
Why are marriages crumbling on the table of finance? Why is money one of the major reasons why a lot of marriages today are crumbling? Couples are filing for divorce here and there. There is a lot of violence in the home, misunderstanding. People are becoming another version of themselves because of finance. Money is indeed the root of all evil. And you really can't tell who a person really is until when they have some good money in their hands. Let's talk a bit about this trending issue revolving around Hair House Nigeria and her husband Justice. It's everywhere, it's trending, and I believe that a lot of you would have seen that video. Now let's take a little bit of time to analyze the situation and draw out lessons, the lessons that we know that will help us get better and will help other people who still believe in marriage coming through after us. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria. Here on my channel, I make videos to help women navigate motherhood, parenting, relationship, and their personal growth with intention. I particularly love to talk about marriages, relationships, and love a lot because I believe that love is that one thing that can make us better, that can make the world a better place. So if this is the kind of content you like to see, welcome on board. Take a chill pill, sit down, and let us analyze this. Don't forget to engage in the comment section. Leave your comments. I want to know your thought. What do you think about this particular issue? For those of you who have not seen this trending video, please take a pause, go back. The videos are everywhere, right? I don't want to start narrating all over again. It's kind of long, messy everywhere, but let's just move on with the analysis, right? Somehow you come across the video and you understand what the trend is basically. Let's look at the man and let's look at the woman. Let's analyze the situation and let's just drop it here. Beginning from the man, from the story that we heard from the lady herself, they were both humble. The man married her when they both had nothing, like struggling couples, right? They didn't have nothing. And somehow, because this lady is hardworking, you can tell, if you go to her page, Hair House Nigeria, you can tell that she's someone who is really, really hardworking. She can come out as a successful entrepreneur because she has grown, right? Over time, she has grown. So she's somebody who started from the scratch. She used to say that her clients who knew her from, far back, know how she started. She started from the really foundation. And then somehow she was making lots of turnovers, you know what dedication and discipline can do for your brand, right? So I think she just followed all of those principles and rules and she grew. Fast forward to today, she's big, she's a big entrepreneur, she's successful. And right now, her marriage, of 8 years is crumbling, if not crumbled already. And for me, I would say that the major factor that contributed heavily to that marriage, being destroyed is their finance. And then they're beginning to have issues revolving around properties, revolving around submission and all of that. I understand that's part of a man being responsible for his, for his family, a man being the sole provider and the breadwinner. I understand that. But you know what? There are some people that by factor of destiny, no matter how much they work hard, no matter how much they try, even if they like it, they should slice rock from now till next year. You see that woman? She's been destined to be successful. And you know what? Not just successful, but a lot more successful than them. So it takes a lot of humility from the side of the woman to realize that I might be in this man's life, to be a light, to be a beacon of hope for him. God may have just brought the two of you together, that you may be the one to even change his story. Yes, I understand the role of a man in the house. The man is supposed to be the breadwinner. The man is created to provide. The man is created to do, to give, to back the home. But for me, I wouldn't say that a man who by virtue of the wife's success is not able to, completely be the breadwinner should now be seen as a failure. I don't think so. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Now, I am not taking sides. Don't forget, from the beginning of this video, I said, see, every narrative that was pushed out there is an allegation. And we're just going to base our analysis based on what we think. So if this is the situation or the scenario of the man not being able to, match up with the woman's level of success, it's not totally a crime or a sin or a bad thing or something the man has done wrong because the woman is more successful. No. God has created us and has gifted us differently. God has destined us differently. So some women are destined to be wealthier than their husbands. For me, it shouldn't be a crime. However, where there will be a problem is when the man feels threatened by the woman's success and is trying by any means, any way to pull her down, either consciously or unconsciously, but most times consciously, right? Either in a subtle way, in a manipulative way, in a narcissistic way, trying to pull her down and make her fall because he's threatened, he's insecure about her success. You see, men who support their women, who understand the assignments of their women, their wives, and who are ready to push their wives over and beyond their limits because they understand that this woman has been graced to do this. This woman is graced to excel. This woman can do a lot more, regardless of where I am. Have you not seen women who are multi-billionaires, right? Their husbands may just be career people going through their ranks of career, but these women are, do turnovers in millions and hundreds of millions and billions, right? But they still are able to keep their home because their husbands are there, understanding their roles and knowing that, our paths to success are different, even though we are married together. Where you will get it wrong is if you know that this woman is destined to be great. This woman is just destined to be that beacon of light and hope to me and my children and the family. And then you still, feel threatened and you want to pull her down because of envy or because probably people are talking to you and they're making you feel like, if this woman keeps growing, she'll become, less submissive, she'll become a threat to your ego and the rest of it. The moment that you begin to listen to all of those things, let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think? Do you agree with me? The moment that men begin to feel threatened by the success of their wives, they unconsciously begin to pull her down. And it is when you begin to pull her down, God help you that you married a woman who cannot be pulled down because she knows her worth. She knows exactly what she wants to do. She knows exactly what, God has placed upon her. And she's not even afraid of losing you. If you have that kind of woman who is not even afraid of losing you, but it's just after her success, then you will just be on a futile mission, because the truth is the woman will be ready to dump that marriage and move on, And so if you have a man who is threatened by a woman's success and feels like, the woman is no longer submissive. Now, the truth of the matter is, regardless of even if you are the breadwinner or not the breadwinner, sometimes as women, we are wired to talk, we are wired to, express our emotions differently from men. So the way I would express my emotion to my husband, who is the breadwinner, may be the same way that another woman who is the breadwinner of her family may also express her emotions. But the difference is the man may think that, oh, okay, you are sounding like this because you have this or because you have that. You see where that mindset thing is coming to play. Now, this might just be a normal woman's reaction, a normal woman's way of reacting to issues at the time, but the man, begins to see it as a threat because she has this or because she has that. Okay. Now, these women who are successful can be busy. They can be a lot busy. So all they require is a man who understands what they are doing and who is there to support them, who is there to, to fill in the gap when they are not around. Imagine when a woman needs to travel, she needs to make travels, let's say out of her city or out of her country. Unless if the man is supportive and understands her assignments and her role, the man would not be able to fill in the gap and stand in for her children. I remember when Nancy Umeh did a video and she needed to go. I think she had an invitation from was it Google or YouTube or Google, I guess, and then she needed to travel, and then she came out to say how her husband stood in the gap. Now Nancy Umeh is somebody who is so big on her husband supporting her, and she's not even ashamed about it. She comes out to say, and then she even mentioned once that somebody highlighted her husband as being the houseboy when she's away, and then she was so proud to say, yes, if this is what you call houseboy, yes, I'm proud to have one. Okay, the husband does not complain and things like that. Let's not even digress to that. That's just a distraction. But the truth of the matter is, the moment that men, begin to listen to, let's say, people talk to them, or they have this, this negative mindset towards the growth of their wives, and they feel threatened, then they are beginning to lose it. If what the lady said, allegedly now, the lady said that she incurred a lot of debts, and that's like the basis of their fight and their disagreement and their marital saga and the rest of it. And she incurred a lot of debts, and the husband's company, which happens to be a logistics company, was responsible for that debt that she went into, and then the company wouldn't take responsibility. Which for me, I think that is also another subtle way of dragging somebody down, because see, imagine that there was no affiliation. You're just dealing with a neutral company somewhere. Don't do that to your business. I wouldn't entrust something to you, a delivery job for you. You misplace it, and then you wouldn't even take responsibility. Guy, listen to her side of the story. You can go back, pause this, and go back and watch what she said. Right? So she used the husband's company for delivery of goods to her customers, and then they misplaced some of the items to the tune of millions of naira, and she had to refund them. Along the line, she couldn't meet up with paying back her loan, and then she was in a big debt. But she needed to give them a collateral, something for them to hold, to know that, what, give me some more time to pay up. But the man wouldn't release the document which she wanted to use for the collateral, which was also her own property, because according to her, that was what, even though they were married, but that was what she built with her money and all of that, because of course she was a lot more successful. This woman also claimed that she set the man up, gave him money to set up his business, but he wouldn't really get successful at it. So come to think of it, you can see if this is true, if what their narratives are, if what they are pushing out there is true, then there's something about the character of the man that was not favorable to that woman. And the moment you begin to feel threatened by the woman's success, then the tendency of you losing everything you have worked for or things that you ordinarily would enjoy is very high. See, women are soft. I've seen women who, in every honesty, are the breadwinners, but you will never know because of how supportive their husbands are. Being a breadwinner, a woman being a breadwinner for me is not, I know that God has created men to lead, to rule, to provide, to be the head. Yes, no doubt. But see, God is also God. And he who brings people together brings them for a reason. That shouldn't now be a reason why women will be laid back and saying, okay, if I have opportunity to grow, I shouldn't grow because I don't want to outgrow my husband. No, that shouldn't happen. If the woman has the opportunity to grow and be successful, let her thrive. That might be God's plan and design for that family. The man must not be the one, to be the sole provider. If God blesses the woman and if God has destined the woman to be, why not? Now, this brings me to another part, another hand of it, which is women. If you happen to be the sole provider or the breadwinner of your home, is that now the legal right for you to become unsubmissive? The Bible already said it very clearly that women should submit to their husbands. We are enjoined with that duty to submit and respect our husbands. Sometimes again, the attitude of women who are a lot more successful is what is driving some men to not wanting their wife or to be afraid of their wives being successful. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comment section. What do you think? A lot more women, now let's take statistics, right? If you look at marriages that have failed as a result of women who are independent are a lot successful, you would see that even though there is a tendency of the man being threatened by the woman's success, there is also the tendency of the woman not being fully respectful and submissive. Now, you might want to say that if the man relinquishes his role as a man to the woman, then automatically he should not require or he should not expect any respect. And I beg to differ. This is my opinion, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I beg to differ that the man is not able to fully match up with the woman's level of success does not give the woman the automatic right to now say that the man has now also lost his place in her life when it comes to respect and submission. When God was saying that women should submit, he did not give a condition. He didn't say that submit if he's able to provide for you. Do not submit if he's not able to provide for you. That condition was not stated. So because that condition was not stated, then we should abide with what the law of the book of the Bible says, that we should submit and be respectful. A lot of women say, I know how my gender is. And I'm saying this because I have known and seen people who are breadwinners, yet have one of the most beautiful, at least from what I have seen in their relationships, they have one of the most beautiful relationships. Now, these people are only a handful. You can count them on one of your hands because they are only a few. But the moment that women begin to become more successful, there is this likelihood of a reset in the brain that makes them feel like, okay, if I can match up, or if I can even be a lot more successful than you, then why do I have to respect you? Why do you have to tell me what to do? Why do you have to expect me to submit to you? Do you understand? Well, she claimed the man is a waster. Because he doesn't earn the money, because he doesn't work for the money, he wastes the money and all of that. If that is a situation, it's a different thing altogether. But I'm talking about a woman, and that is also not the legal ground for you to disrespect him. I know that somehow it might come out as an unconscious trait that you might just see yourself, not giving that man the regard that he requires or he deserves because he has actually, lost it somehow. But consciously, you have to tell yourself that, what, as far as you want to still remain as a wife and you want to, go by the biblical injunctions of being a wife and what is expected, then that respect and submission has to be there. Unless if you decide to, take a divorce and leave the marriage. If not, then you should still accord the man the respect. But if your life is at stake, if your sanity, your mental health, your physical health is at stake, then you might want to get a divorce. You might want to leave the marriage for your peace sake. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know. Drop your thoughts, guys. Men, this is for you now. No matter how successful your wife is, please do not relax and do not feel entitled. Do not feel egocentric. Love your wife. Understand her assignment and her path and her role. Understand yours as well. Now, the moment you have this knowledge and you understand clearly that our paths are different, but I cannot rely on you for everything. I cannot rely on you for happiness or for meeting up with my own roles and responsibilities. Understand your roles and responsibilities. A husband is supposed to do this, do that. You might not be able to keep up with her standards because your financial strength is not matching up with hers. But that does not mean you should now go back into your shell and not do nothing. That also does not mean that you should now begin to sabotage, the life of this woman and try to pull her down because you feel that you cannot get to her. So if we have men who think like that, then you need to have a mind shift. You need to begin to reset your mind to think that no, what she deserves is your support. You still need to work hard on your own path, thrive in your own way, do the things that make you happy, tread upon your own life's calling, do the things that you were actually called to do. You are supposed to pay children's fees, make your contributions, but that does not mean that you are not making contributions for children's fees because you feel like, oh, your wife has a lot of money. It is your responsibility. You have birthed these children. It's your responsibility to care for them. Now, the mistakes some men do is because they know that their wives are hardworking, they want to now leave everything. See, your wife is watching and she understands you. She understands it. She knows when you are being sacrificial and she knows when you want to be a cheat. She knows when you want to be, want to be lackadaisical, you want to be laid back, and you want to just feel like, you know what? Because the truth is, as you're not bringing to the home, the tendency of you taking that little one you think you have elsewhere to another woman is high. Yes. That is why a man should show responsibility, and that is one way he can also earn respect. So show responsibility by being there. If you can afford 100,000 naira as school fees for your children, that's the kind of school you can afford. Put them in that school. If your wife says, "Oh, honey, I think that we can afford better education for our children because I can afford it, I would bring 500,000. Now bring your 100,000. Their fees is 600. Let's make it 600." And she's doing it with all humility. Then in that case, if you want to oblige, and I think that in that case, there should be a place for understanding. But some men will be so egocentric that will say, "No, I will not. This is what I can afford. If you have your money, take your money, but you cannot put my children to that school because you have the money." Then you are beginning to be prideful. You are beginning to be egocentric, and you are beginning to be jealous. You are beginning to be envious. And that's another way of pulling the woman down, because you're pulling her down emotionally. I've seen scenarios where some women can actually afford to put their children in better schools. See, the truth of the matter is education is not cheap. So when you see a school that pays, that pays big tuition, the tendency of you having a better standard of learning, a good learning condition, a good learning environment is high also. I'm not saying it's the case all the time, but in most cases. So when the woman is saying, "I can afford to bring a higher percentage," but you be ready to also relinquish some part of your resources for your key responsibility. That is the point. So don't feel laid back because your wife is everything. She would get broken. Her backs will break. And when her backs begin to break, and she's also that woman that wants to also see that she's given. She's been given. There's something the lady mentioned. She says the man gives her 100,000 naira every month for the family upkeep, but that he takes it back like, well, this is alleged, that he takes it back like in folds, in 100 folds, that he takes it back even more than that. That the man always requests money from her. He gives her quite all right, but before the month runs out, he's taking a lot more from her because he keeps asking and asking and asking. If she wants to do things for the home, if she wants to say, "Take this, I kept something for you somewhere," because she knows that you need it, it's different. But for you feeling entitled and then taking advantage of it, for me, you're losing your pride as the man. Don't let the woman, and as much as you can, support her. Lift some burden off her. If you see that she's struggling in the business, let's say her workers are giving her a hard time, or she's finding it hard to figure out things, come in, step in and help her out. Why would you ordinarily want to, make your own wife's business go down? Because for what reason exactly? So let the man come out and explain why those items were missing that made her go into debt in the tune of millions, and there is no accountability, there is no responsibility. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We don't have the real picture, we don't have the full picture, we're only making analysis based on what the narrative that was put out there. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So guys, please, marriage is a beautiful thing, but you see, money has been, known to be the root of all evil. So the truth of the matter is, let's not allow finance to rule us. Let's not allow finance to break the love and the bond that we have. There are other dimensions to it, but I don't want to dive into those ones because they mention a whole lot of things, intrusion, family members coming to intrude, the woman's mother coming to stay with them. Now that is just, for me, that's another video entirely. I just want this video to focus on finance and the factor of finance in relationships and how money can really ruin the relationship of a family. Let me end this video here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section as well. What do you think? What do you think about this situation? Share your thoughts and let other people learn from it as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned to the end. If you watched up to this time, thank you. I don't take your time for granted. Do well to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel Don't forget to also turn on your post notification bell so that each time I upload a new video, you will be one of the first to see it. Thank you so much for watching again. Until I come your way the next time. Bye for now.